My name is Jennifer Gill, and I am running the San Diego Half Marathon tomorrow morning. We just moved from San Diego to Palmdale, so this half marathon was a perfect opportunity to go back and visit San Diego and catch up with friends. I trained for this half marathon in good old Palmdale, California. It was quite different from other places I've trained, like San Diego and Orange County. Out here, we have cold weather, steep hills, and the elevation is a little over 2,000 feet, which may not sound like that big of a deal, but coming from zero can be. The steep hills running out here, no matter where I would run, the last mile, sometimes 2 miles, was always uphill. But all of those challenges really prepared me for this half marathon. After all, strengths don't come from winning. They come from your hardships and deciding not to surrender. After all, that is why we moved to Palmdale, to teach us not to surrender. Speaking of challenges, try sleeping with an 8-month-old not only in your hotel room, but in your bed, on your boob. We tossed and turned the whole night while staring at the stars. The stars from his sound machine and projector. We went to day 2 of the expo. It was crowded. Things could have been spaced out a bit more, but it was a lot of fun. I got a lot of free stuff, and that's always exciting. The check-in was fast and easy, not a long line or anything. When I registered for my bib, I wanted to say something with Mom in it, since I was a new mom. And Mama Gill was what fit best, so for the race, I was Mama Gill, and I'll be Mama Gill the rest of my life. I hated the girls' shirts because they were pink, and I feel pink is an offensive color, especially for redheads. It just is not. So if you're a redhead, don't wear pink. I traded it out for the guy's shirt, which was black, and the fit wasn't as good, but in my opinion, the color was much better. Training as a new mom was very difficult, primarily because of lack of sleep. Instead of taking a nap, I had to convince myself to get out there and run. I'm also nursing, so I had to make sure I was eating enough food and drinking enough water throughout the day so my milk wouldn't dry up. All the adversity I faced and overcame proved to myself I'm not a quitter, and I'm more than proud of that. Let's talk about the course. There are 13 mile markers with water stations and porta potties throughout. We ran past the San Diego Bay, past the airport. We cut up Washington Street, which that was the bitch of a hill, up to University, down 5th Avenue, and ended in the gas lamp. The run was absolutely fabulous. It was in San Diego, the weather was great. I never thought I would say the run was fabulous because training for it was brutal. I trained by myself. I didn't have any friends to run with or talk to, and the San Diego Half Marathon, I had 2 whole hours to just talk with one of my best friends. We ran past live bands, their school bands. There were cheerleaders, the drill team, all kinds of supporters throughout the entire route. The water stations. I even got my phone out and filmed along the way. We just had so much fun with it. Leading up to the hill, I was a little bit worried. We'd been warned about the hill. That's this massive thing going up Washington. There was even a sign that said, "Kill the hill." And anyway, by the time we got to it, it's like, not too bad. All the training I did out in Palmdale totally paid off for it. We even talked partway up the hill, made it to the top, and kept running. I didn't feel the need to stop or slow down or anything. Justin and some friends helped with Emmett while I ran. Apparently Emmett was not a happy fan that day. He really didn't like how loud it was at the finish line, but it was really great to see them at the end. As I crossed the finish line, I had so many different emotions going through me. I've never felt so many emotions at one time. I was happy, sad because it was over. I felt like I could laugh and cry, take a nap, run. I was hot, but I had goosebumps. There was just so much going on. I felt like all of that training and hard work and sacrifice truly paid off, and I was very proud of myself. Proud of myself that I stuck it out, and not just as myself, but as this little boy's mom. And geez, that gave me a whole different sense of accomplishment and a whole different feeling that all this training and all this hard work was for this little boy. Would I ever do this again? Sure. With the right people, that makes all the difference. The right place, preferably San Diego. And who knows, maybe one day I'll do this run with my son.